Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm not sure when this video is gonna actually come out, but I just wanted to do a little introduction. I think I was planning on this video being out around the 6th or the 7th of July, something like that. Well, but we had some bad news on the 6th, and our buddy, our dog Chewy, passed away unexpectedly. Maybe I'll talk about it someday. I'm thinking about making a tribute video to Chewy. I probably will in due time, and I'll explain more then. But I just wanted to, because when you watch this, it's by the time you see this, it's probably going to be a couple weeks after I made the video. So it's on the lean-to. But so I haven't really been doing much filming here lately. That and getting back to work, just taking us a little bit of time off, and we're going to be getting back to it. But a little bit of good news is, at first when Chewy passed away, we didn't think we'd ever have another dog, because he truly was a unique dog. Not like any other dog I'd ever been around in my life. But after almost a week, just about a half a week or so, I mean, there was a big void around here. He became such a big part of our life in just a little over a year. You didn't realize that until he was gone. So we decided, just like whenever we got Chewy, wanted to adopt older dog and just give them a little bit better life before they went home. We just didn't know Chewy was going to go to heaven this early after having him. He was 7 years old. We didn't know his exact birthday, but we knew he was around 7 years old. So we just said he was 7. But we got 2 dogs that we're going to be adopting. We've already done the paperwork last week, I think it was. We're going to be getting them this weekend. We're getting 2 dogs. Chewy was such a good dog, we had to get 2 dogs to replace him. They're going to be, one of them is a female. She's 10 years old, and she's not very good health, but we're going to hopefully be able to get her back to good health, getting her out here in the country. And then the other one is a male, and he is 8 years old. And they're both hound mixes, but they're not related. So, male's name is Arthur, and the female's name is Agnes. We didn't name him, but that's just where they are. I think we're going to call Agnes A, but we're supposed to get them this coming weekend. So we'll have some new life around here on the homestead. But anyway, I kind of drug on a little bit, and I just wanted to let you all know what's been going on. So I hope you stick around for the video. I still got the video coming up next. God bless. Well, good morning. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be, I don't know, the 6th or 7th, or somewhere along there, towards the end of next week. Today, this is about 8:30 in the morning. It's 4th of July, and it's supposed to get in the low 90s today. I wanted to get out here. I wanted to be out here earlier than I did, but my last day to sleep in before I go back to work tomorrow. So anyway, hopefully we'll be able to get, I'd like to get all 3 of these posts in, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It's supposed to get up in the low 90s today and get really humid. When I got up today, it was like 72 at daylight, about 100% humidity. But we'll just deal with it as we go, as we say in every video. So I'm going to, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm going to square this up a little bit for my post, but it's pretty much done. So I'm just going to do it by hand real quick. This is muddy and actually has some water down in it. So I'm going to do that. I've got to go get a little bit more rock, and then we'll continue with putting the posts in. Just got to take off the corner here. Yeah, just got to take off this little corner here. Won't be bad. Right now I'm just trying to make sure I'm going to have enough on each side of my post to get backfill around it. I believe we do. This side, these 3 posts here are going to be a little bit more difficult. Number one, I don't have a building to leave my ladder on. I have to get another ladder to go with this ladder. But I want to have not much fall. As I mentioned before, I want to be able to get my tractor in here to get equipment out comfortably. And also, I'd like to be able to pull our vehicles in here to work on them when I have to work on them. That way I'm not out in the sun, or something I need to do in the rain, or and it's raining or whatever. So I'm only going to want like an inch fall from there down. So I need to calculate all that. It's going to take a while. All right, I got my figuring done. I used a 2 before. I just measured to the bottom of it to get my level mark, and I didn't want to have to mess with the 2x6. That little bit, a couple more inches, does make a difference on an old man trying to lift it up there and hold it up there. But it's not too difficult. It measured 139 inches. I've got right now, whatever my hole is, I think it's either 17 or 18 inches. That's with the dirt. I didn't put the rock in there yet. I should have, but I didn't. But I'm just going to put you know, like I've been doing, a couple inches of rock. So you add your 5.5, and it comes to 12 foot 1/2 of an inch. And this beam is supposed to be a 12 foot long. It's actually 12 foot 1/2 inch long. So, but I do have to deduct for my fall, which I'm just going to do like a 1 inch fall. Just want enough for rain to fall off of it. The snow, I'm not really worried about the snow. It'll be all right. It'll either slide off, or we're gonna have our joists close enough, and we'll have 1 bias on top of that for the metal. That is really not going to make a difference on that, so that'll work out all right. So if we do our fall, which is 1 inch, that puts us at 138 inches. And then you add the 5.5, that's going to be right up here at 12 foot. So There's my 12-foot mark. I may not even worry about cutting that off because I'm going to have the 1x on top of that, which will raise our well, I'm sorry, we're going to have the 2x4 on top of it, on top of this plate I'm putting, this support I'm putting on. So I may not even worry about cutting that 1/2 inch off. So let's get started marking it out, cutting it out, and then we will put the beam in. Show you something here some of you may not have seen before. They've been out for a while. Everybody makes them now. They're pretty handy for cuts, kind of like what I'm doing here. Use them on flooring in houses instead of a Sawzall. It's called an oscillator tool. It has variable speed, cut different speeds on it, and you can do different bits. Most of them you just pull the handle and they snap in and out. They're pretty neat. And that's how quick you can do it. Actually, it took a little bit longer because this is some hard wood, and that bit's probably, blade is probably a little bit dull already from the other post I used it on. not my level, so. Well, it's kind of there. So let's check it out. Be back in a second. Okay, I've got it sitting where I want it. It's just not in there very good, so I'm gonna start backfilling it soon. Problem I had, the biggest problem is where this hole is just too big, and that's partly me not being very good with the backhoe yet. I haven't used it that much. Haven't used it at all to dig a hole. Digging a trench is totally different. So I'm going to try it again on the next one. I'm just going to try to get more precise, and if I can't do it, I'll just do it by hand, but I'm going to give it a try. But what happened was I got it in here, and of course with this bigger hole, it's wanting to once it starts falling with the post holes, it won't fall all the way out. So you got something there to kind of help it keep it up. Here it'll just fall over because this hole's too big. So then I got it sitting there, got it level, and then it was twisted. And so again, when it's in the post hole, you can sit there and twist it around. Then when you get where you want it, then you can put your stakes in. So I was trying to do it all at one time, but I got it. Just took a while. Now I'm going to have a lot of backfill here to do, and tamp it down, and then we'll put our beam in. Something I forgot to do, it looks like it's centered, but I really need to check that also. So let me do that first. I don't know if this is a foolproof method or not. I'm sure it's not. But it's the method we have for today. It's a little off. Now I just need to decide if it's bad enough off. It looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch off. I don't think I'm going to worry about 1/4 of an inch. What was it I said yesterday or on the last video? It's in the bubble. Well, I forgot to turn the camera on. There's my next beam. Show you something here real quick. That's a 12-foot 2x6. But I wanted a little overhang. You can see a little overhang right there. I wanted that overhang because we're going to extend the metal back towards the existing roof, so the water will drip off it onto this hopefully, and then go to the ground. That way we don't have a bunch of water piling up down here. That's the plan anyway. And then over here, I left it overhang for now. I didn't cut it off because I may put a fascia on there and put a gutter on there and have a water collection barrel either at this end or that end. Probably down this end to stay out of the way of everything. And use that water for anything here on the property, like watering plants or whatever. So that's another plan we got. So on to be doing the 4x4 next. Okay, I found a major mistake I have made, but I'm going to carry on. Is this beam or post, this post here, by my calculations, thought it was square with that one, but apparently it's running this way, because when I laid out my 2x6 on the ground here, it is actually extending past this, where this 4x4 post is going to be. I've designed it to where I could take these 12-foot 2x6s and just lay them right up there without even cutting them, and which that's what I did along the whole back. But this one here, I'm going to be, let me just get a estimate here. This is just guessing. I am, let's see, that should have been a 1/2 inch back. So by my measurements, I'm like 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches to the wrong So at least down here on the ground, the post seems like it's running up level according to my level. So basically what's going to happen is when I put my metal roofing on, that last piece I'm going to have to cut to fit my mistake. So it could be fixed, but I can't believe I was that far off. But another saying, it is what it is. I'm not going to take it back out. It's just a lean-to, it's not a house. So we'll make it work. Okay, this became a mess. Scratch what I just got through saying, except for the part that it's off, because I'm sure it's off a little bit. I'm not using a transit and lasers and all that. But what I did figure out, it wasn't that post down there that was out of square. It was this 4-inch post over here. And you have to look at it real close to see that it's twisted just a little bit. But when you're measuring out 10 foot, that little bit becomes, what I say, 4 1/4 inches. So it's quite a bit. So what I did was I went back and checked. All this is the way it should be. That's when I discovered that 4x4 being a little twisted. So I went ahead and laid this 2x6 down here where I know it's going to go down there. Got my 12 foot, and then I redid the string knowing that it was twisted, the pole was twisted. So I redid the string, brought it out. Now this one is at 12, it's to the edge of it, and then where my 2x6 is sitting is the center of it. So I went ahead and just laid out the last post. It really wasn't that far off at all, but I went ahead and re-marked it too, because I had to, when I got this post in the ground, it should have been 10 foot out center to center, and it was 9 foot 11 3/4. So I wasn't gonna print the pole out and try to configure it for 1/4 inch. So I'm going to make the rest of the other two the same distance out. So instead of it being 10 foot center to center, it'll be 9 foot 11 3/4. So, but that's where we're at. It's taken me quite a while to get all this figured out, but I'd rather go ahead and figure it out and then get it right. And instead of, I was really worried that post was 4 1/4 inches out. I knew that couldn't. I kept looking at that, and when I put the string on there, and that post I know is, I mean, 99% square. I mean, it's not that far off. So we got it all right now. placing my Dairy Queen order that I'm not supposed to have. All right, let's see what I've got here. That's the deepest part at the very center. Looks like 16 inches. Get that 2 foot level. I keep losing my 2 foot level. Yeah, 16. So I want to be, I believe it was 20 inches. 21 inches. So, because 2 inches of gravel, that'll put me at 19. That's what that one was. So we'll go by that one, and then we'll take it from there. We're still gonna level it across. So I got a little bit more to do. It's easy with this backhoe though. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm starting to get a little bit better trying to dig a hole. It's different, so you still can't get it like a post hole, but I'm a little bit better than I was. Yeah, what I'm gonna have to do, my little backhoe, it's not one to cut down straight for where I need it cut down straight right here. It's not wanting to do that. So I'll just, and you can see where my center mark is here. So I'll just chop that down by hand real quick.